Hello everyone. The main thing that I've always wanted to make was Chinese food. I've always had an obsession with Chinese food, and I'd love to try and make Chinese food for people to make in their own home, just like you get in the takeaway. Now the first thing that I'm going to try and make is orange chicken. Now this is dead simple. There's loads of recipes on the internet telling you to put garlic, ginger, all sorts of things in it. But really, for me, I don't think you need to put all them things in. I think the simplest thing that you need to put into it is just orange juice and sweeten it up a little bit with sugar. That's it. Why go and complicate things and put a load of different things in it, put ginger in it, a bit of garlic in it, a bit of this in it. If you like to do that, then that's fine. But I think the simplest thing to do is just use orange juice, sweeten it up with a little bit of sugar, and you're fine. So what I'm going to show you is how to make orange chicken like they do in the Chinese. Very simple to make, and all your family will love it. I hope you enjoy it. This is how you make it. Right, the first thing you need to do is you need to prepare your chicken for orange chicken. Now what I'm using is a nice chicken breast, as you can see here. And all you need to do is you cut it up. And what they do in the Chinese restaurants and chippies, so I know, this is what I'm taking from just common sense, is they cut the chicken breast in half, sideways. Now that makes it so that you can get a lot more chicken for your meal, and when you look, when I cut this chicken breast in half, you'll see the amount of chicken I get, and you get loads of it. Follow what you're doing, and you get absolutely loads. So I'll show you now how you cut it up. Ready? The next thing we'll do is we'll fry it off. You fry that, put it to one side, and then you make your sauce up. And that's the next step. Right, here we are. You've got your chicken breast. Now you've got this little bit of dangly bit off it. Now you want to cut that off, because otherwise it will just throw you to one side. So what you do is just pull that to one side, and you cut that piece of chicken off there. And we'll carry on using that, don't worry about that. Now you've got your chicken breast here. And what you do is you take your knife and you put it to the side of it, and you just slowly start cutting into that side. And as you can see, slowly, if you peel that away, you get half a chicken breast. And that's all you need to do. Just keep slowly slicing away, and you get half that chicken breast there. And you're basically doubling the amount of chicken that you're going to produce. So there you are, you have two nice chicken breasts. Now you can see with this one there's a bit of a hole. That doesn't matter, because we'll just cut that up, and that won't make any difference. You won't notice when you make your orange chicken. Now all you need to do, take the chicken to one side, and you cut it into nice reasonable amount of chicken strips like that. Nice small amount. It can be nice easily fried. If they're smaller, they take less amount of time to cook. I mean, a lot of people think, why does it take so long to cook the chicken? Well, it's because of the amount of size that your chicken is. You can control how much time it takes to cook the chicken. So we just cut it off like that. A nice piece of chicken. Slowly cut up. This is, I think what they do in the Chinese chippies is they don't cut the chicken up. But I'm doing it because it makes a lot more. You get a lot more crunchy area in your chicken than you do if you don't do this. You can fry the chicken off full, whole, and cut it up once you've fried it, but I reckon it's better like this. Now this one with a hole, if you just cut down this side here, and cut this bit here, you get another two like chicken breast fillets. Now this little bit here, we'll cut that off, and we'll chuck that away, and then just carry on cutting up, to get these nice thin slices like you've done before. You carry on until you've done the entire thing. And now, as you can see, you've got nice thin slices of chicken breast that you can fry off, and we'll put that in batter, as you can see later, and they will become absolutely gorgeous pieces of orange chicken. Right, the next stage is, you've got your chicken breasts all cut up, ready, which we did before. You then heat your deep fat fryer up to about 170 degrees. What that'll do is it'll cook the chicken inside without burning the outside layer. So what we need to do now is you need to get hold of 2 plates ready. In the first plate, what you do is you get some corn flour, as you get here. You get this from any supermarket, and just make a little pile in one of the plates. Good amount, because you'll use quite a lot of this corn flour. You pile it up like that. The next thing you need to get hold of is an egg. Right, you get your egg, just crack it on the side, undo it up, and put it into the bowl. Now you've got that in the bowl, what you want to do is get a fork, crush your yolk, give it a good mix up. As you can see, it all just mixes nicely together. Carry on mixing until you get a nice mixture. It doesn't take very long. There we are. That's done. Now, I just open my deep fat fryer like that. And what you do now, nice and easy, you don't need to put your basket in your deep fat fryer up. Just leave it down. And you get your piece of chicken fillet, dip it in the egg yolk, give it a nice mix up. What I do, and what I tend to do, you use one hand for the mixing and putting into the flour, and the other hand for putting into the deep fat fryer. So we do that, mix it up in there, then put it into the flour, mix it just till it gets nice and covered. When it's fully covered, just like that, you then place it into your deep fat fryer like that. And just get another piece of chicken that you've cut up, mix it in the egg yolk, put it into the corn flour, mix it round like that. Gets a little messy, it always does. Once it's fully covered, you then put that into your deep fat fryer. And you carry on exactly the same until you've covered all your chicken and corn flour, put it into the deep fat fryer. At 170 degrees you can't really burn the chicken unless you left it in for hours and hours and hours. Just keep putting it in, and all it'll do is crisp up to a nice, like, it goes to like a brown, if you've ever had southern chicken, it goes to that kind of colour, and that's the kind of colour that you're after. Just so that you know that the chicken's cooked. Probably about 5 to 10 minutes you want to cook it in deep fat fryer for. So just keep doing exactly the same thing until you've done all the chicken, cover them all in corn flour, put them all in deep fat fryer. You can do it in batches if you want, because what I normally do is do it in a batch. So I cook enough just until you've got enough in deep fat fryer, you can't fit any more in. Then once it's cooked, put it onto a plate, and then let that just sit on the plate. You can put a piece of kitchen roll on the plate just to drain a bit of the oil off, and then you just carry on cooking the rest like you would normally, and you just carry on like that. And the next stage I'll show you the chicken as it's cooking and what it cooks like when it's finished and how you want it when it's done. This is the chicken once it starts cooking. As you can see, it's slowly starting to crisp up, and you can see it turning into a kind of goldish light coloured brown. That's the kind of colour you want, but you want it to leave it in there for a good 5-10 minutes before it's ready. When it's ready, I'll show you the finished product. Right, once you've fried your chicken off, it should look something like this. You want it to a kind of very light golden brown colour. Now you know the chicken's going to be cooked inside there because of the temperature that we've cooked it at. You want it about 10 to 15 minutes for it to get that kind of colour, and for the chicken to fully cook inside. You know it's going to be fully cooked inside. Once you've done that, after one chicken breast, you've got that amount of chicken. Which is quite a lot really, more than you're going to get in a Chinese chippy. The next step is to go over to your stove, and what you want to do, get a small saucepan about this kind of size, put that onto your stove, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put some orange juice in it, heat the orange juice up and put some sugar in it. I'll show you how to do that now. Right, now we've got a saucepan on the stove. What we're going to do is add about 1/4 litre, 250 ml of pure orange juice, which is about 67p or something like that from the supermarket. You can see in there how much I put in. You don't want the concentrate stuff, you want pure orange juice really, because the more concentrate stuff is a bit more tangy. You don't want that really in your sauce. So what you do is you put that into your pan, heat your pan up, which you do there, and then the next step is you want to add a little bit more sweetness to your sauce. Now we do that by adding a tablespoon of sugar to the orange juice. Tablespoon in there, like that. Now we'll let that heat up. That's going to heat up nicely, but if we just let it heat up like that, it'll just turn into a watery